Now, this right here is a live eye look of what is going on at the joint session in Congress. That is clearly Ted Cruz speaking right there. Despite President Donald Trump's efforts, however, to overturn the presidential election results, Congress is moving forward with its session to confirm Joe Biden as the next president of the United States. The president's Republican allies in the House and Senate have said they plan to object to election results. All states, though, have certified their results as fair and accurate by both Republican and Democratic officials. Officials say the motion to object will likely fail. They expect bipartisan majorities in Congress to accept election results and certify Joe Biden as president-elect to be inaugurated on January 20th, 2021. Meanwhile, thousands of Trump supporters have gathered at the nation's capital for the second day in a row now to protest. President Trump delivered remarks at the rally earlier this morning, telling supporters, quote, "We will never give up. We will never concede." The National Park Service says around 15,000 people attended the rally. Many downtown D.C. businesses have boarded up their windows, and city officials are keeping an eye on the crowds. D.C. officials say they will not allow people to incite violence, intimidate our residents, or cause destruction in the city as they await Congress's final outcome. And on your side is continuing to track COVID-19 cases statewide and across the East. Here are today's numbers. State health officials are reporting new records for hospitalizations and the highest daily percentage rate we've seen since the start of the pandemic. As of Tuesday, there have been just under 7,000 new cases. Over 3,800 people in the state are currently hospitalized and fighting the virus. Of that 3,800, more than 2,000 are in the ICU. The most alarming statistic is the daily percentage rate, which is at 17.8% as of today. State health officials say the daily percentage positive should be around 5% if we have any chance at slowing this virus. Well, stay with us and we'll be right back with some more news after this short break.
To What the Politics on the WNCT Podcast Network. New episodes weekly. Subscribe today on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Don't miss another episode of What the Politics on the WNCT Podcast Network. Found reporters are all across the East.
In Beaufort County, in Morehead City, in Belhaven,
and in your neighborhood.
on the New River,
In Snow Hill,
in New Bern,
in Jacksonville.
Covering local stories that impact you.
Well, this race was by no means a close one.
The polls opened at 6:30 this morning, and people even lined up outside of this site.
Some veterans are now joining a fight against a new enemy, the coronavirus pandemic.
See their original reporting weekdays on 9 on Your Side News.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severidge, live in our digital studio, bringing you some afternoon updates. WNCT is bringing you live streamed updates every Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. to bring you the latest and up-to-date news before our nightly newscast. We could see some severe rain upcoming on this Friday, and heading into our weekend with a possibility of some maybe early morning snow flurries on Saturday. First Alert meteorologist Alex Wasilenko has that forecast for us.
Halfway to Friday, everybody. I'm your First Alert meteorologist, Alex Wasilenko, reporting from the WNCT studios. In the First Alert Weather Center, we have 2 quiet days ahead of us as high pressure filters back into the forecast today. That high pressure will provide us with lots of sunshine, cold temperatures, and some brisk northwesterly winds. But more importantly, dry weather will exist from start to finish today across eastern North Carolina. That's good news for those waterlogged and flooded waterways across the east and coastal plains. Temperatures today should level off near 50 degrees, but with brisk northwesterly winds, wind chill will be a factor. Wind chill values, they may feel more like the lower to middle 40s this afternoon and evening. By the overnight period into early Thursday morning, temperatures remain cold and skies keep clear. That's going to lead to a sunny first half of the day, but a new disturbance developing off to our southwest will help to throw some clouds our way by late Thursday night. followed by possibly a brief wintry mix Friday morning, transitioning to heavy rain for Friday afternoon, and then possibly back over to a wintry mix by early Saturday morning. It is going to be the full gamut of weather headed our way by the end of the work week and into the first half of the weekend. To be sure you're up to date on the freshest of First Alert weather details, do be sure to download that free First Alert weather app. A First Alert weather day will be in effect for Friday into early Saturday morning as that storm system approaches, with a wintry mix possible, but the model data right now is still a little fuzzy and uncertain as to what will play out Friday into early Saturday morning. For now, we've gone with a wintry mix to start the day Friday, heavy rain in between for the afternoon and evening, which could prompt also more flooding concerns, but by Friday night into Saturday morning, the big question remains, do temperatures get cold enough to transition things back over to a few flurries before the system departs on Saturday night? Along the coast, closer to that area of low pressure Friday and Saturday, temperatures will be warmer and way too warm to solidify any snow, especially early on during the event on Friday and even through Friday afternoon and evening. But as that colder air wraps in behind the system late Friday night into early Saturday morning, lows should bottom out right around the freezing mark, so that again will leave the question up in the air for a few flurries by Saturday morning. Nevertheless, by the end of the weekend and early next week, temperatures start to warm back up, we dry out, and sunshine returns. We'll call it partly to mostly sunny this Sunday through next Wednesday. Make it a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, everybody. I'm your First Alert meteorologist, Alex Wassilenko.
A story out of Greensboro. After the tragic death of their son, one Greensboro family is using his legacy to give back to the community and support young minds. Our sister station in Greensboro reports.
Gifted and giving. Two of the many great qualities Dwayne Jones misses about his son every day.
He was a very, very humble person.
Aaron Jones drowned at Lake Norman in June. He was 28 years old. The loss has been painful for his parents.
A tremendous loss. It's a tremendous loss. He was just starting to blossom, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Before Aaron's death, he was working on podcasts with friends. They were in the early stages of building the Jet Black Empowerment Foundation. It focused on small business outreach, providing grants and scholarships to children.
Aaron worked for me. We were in business together, and he didn't talk to me a lot about the fact that he was starting up this foundation. And so my nephew came back to me and said, well, he really wasn't saying much to you about it because he really wanted to bring it all to you once it was all packaged up and he had it the way that he wanted it to be.
Dad is determined to finish what Aaron started.
So I just wanted to try to jump in and see if we couldn't get this thing off the ground.
January 9th, Mr. Jones and other members of the foundation are hosting a giveaway to assist children as they return to in-person learning.
We're doing a backpack and school supplies for up to 200 children.
Families have to pre-register so the team can safely stagger groups for social distancing while helping as many kids as possible.
That's just the last thing you want is you don't want to get all of this stuff and nobody shows up to give it to.
Mr. Jones says he heals each time he helps.
This is my therapy. This is my therapy.
Especially knowing this is what his son wanted.
I look up at this picture that you talked about earlier, and a lot of times I can just see his smile and he's saying, hey, Dad, you're doing a good job.
If you want to participate or sign up with the Jet Black program, you can check that out on our website at WNCT.com. We will also be live streaming Congress's joint session today as well. If you would like to follow that and check that out, that'll be on our front page at WNCT.com. I'll be back again at 4 o'clock with another evening update for you before our nightly newscast. So stay tuned for that, and thanks so much for watching.